Yep.
Anything.
All right. Chill.
No, I did that on purpose. It's called.
We're live.
We're in the middle of a conversation, and we
All
don't
right.
have to. We don't have to reveal everything, but no. But I just will say it's like with anything nowadays. It is difficult to get anyone to even want to do anything. Everybody just would rather scroll.
And what I was saying is that you could get people to be your co-host for free.
Sure.
And they would show up every week on time.
Right. Maybe
I cannot do that. You know that. So
yeah. I mean, I couldn't look, man. Even when I was doing a show that was possibly about to make a lot of money, where there was irrefutable proof that the show that we were doing was bringing in a substantial supplemental income. I couldn't even get like one of the guys on that show to give a shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's tough to get people inspired because it's like it feels very, nobody who. Because imagine how ridiculous it feels if you believe in something and it doesn't work out. Oh,
Yeah.
nothing. Imagine how embarrassed you would feel if you actually believed in something and then nothing changes.
Right.
Better to not believe in anything and then also nothing changes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Fuck it, dude. We're just here to have a good time, not a long time.
Exactly. I'll be dead soon.
Yep.
But not
I keep thinking about that. It's fucking me up, bro.
Dying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I have dreams about it, and like, it's terrible.
Yeah, I do too. I have lots of dreams about dying. But you know what's interesting? The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had.
No, they make me wake up in the middle of the night and I'm fucking panicking.
Well, and you know what? I think we should clarify. Dying is scary.
It is.
Dying is scary, but the dreams I have where I die, like death dreams, if I don't, I guess it's weird because there's the thing that happens where like I'll wake up, or if I don't wake up, like something will happen where I die, and then it just like the scene changes, like it just turns into a different dream.
I'm on the patio. I got a lot of June bugs attacking me.
Oh, you gotta.
Sorry.
Did you hear the one about the Chinese Godfather? Made him an offer he couldn't understand. Uncle June.
I don't know that. Dude, I'm not. I don't know that kind of stuff. So
you didn't watch The Sopranos?
I watched The Sopranos. I just don't remember all the lines and shit. So
$10 from Robbie's third cousin. I'm here to be a pay pig. Thank you. Yeah, folks, welcome to Cornfed for this week. Sal is incarcerated, and so Kevin's back. And
I just got out last night. So
Kevin got out of jail. Sal went into jail. We can only have one free at a time.
Yeah, it's like a tag team relationship. I tag him, and he goes back in for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Kevin's here, and he's surrounded by June bugs.
I'm on the patio.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with the American South, we get them June bugs every summer. Oh, yeah.
Dude, they're kamikazes, too. They'll just run straight into your forehead.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's so scary. Bugs are scary.
It is scary, yeah.
It is scary, yeah, because you'll just be sitting outside or walking around, and then just some bug will pelt you in the forehead. And it's not a bug that'll like sting you or hurt you, but it definitely is very frightening.
Right?
Yeah. I used to when I was a kid, I used to try and this is something my mom told me she would do when she was a kid, and so I would try and do this every now and then, where you like wrangle up a June bug and then tie like a string to one of its legs and fly it around.
Oh yeah, you could walk or fly a June bug.
You could fly a June. I guess I don't know. I don't know if that's the only bug you can do this with, but that was the one that I guess was best for wrestling to the ground and then roping.
Yeah, you could easily catch a June bug and put a string around it.
Yeah, because it's harmless. I mean, it is scary. Like if you hold one, it is scary to hold in your hand. It's like I really shouldn't be messing with these forces of nature, but yeah, you could tie like a some sewing thread around one of its legs and fly it around.
Also, rest in peace, Junebug.
Rest in peace. Who is Junebug?
He was a comic in Dallas.
Oh.
No, I think he's still alive. I'm fucking with you, but I don't know.
He was a black fellow, wasn't he?
Black gentleman. He did the improv.
Yeah, the black improv.
Was that no? He did Arlington.
Yeah, they actually called it the Improv.
Yeah, the Improv.
You called it the Improv.
And
I don't know how that happened. The Arlington Improv somehow,
because it was right next to the Dave and Buster's.
Oh, so it was just near where black people naturally congregate.
Right.
So when they're done with their arcade lunch.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a Popeyes nearby. There's everything. So
I don't know. I never, because there were two improvs in that area. There's the Addison and Arlington.
Yeah, but if you put a Popeyes and a Dave and Buster's next to it, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, I don't know. Somehow the Arlington Improv just was designated the black club. Like I never knew why. I've
already explained why.
Because the Dave and Buster's and the Popeyes, right? So I guess it was a black area. I don't know.
Right.
I never enjoyed going. I never liked going there.
Yeah.
I never.
That's why I don't like. It's hard for me to go to Rangers games because it's in Arlington. You know.
Arlington does suck. I mean, for those who don't know, the Texas mid cities, all those cities in between Dallas and Fort Worth, they fucking suck.
Yeah, but Arlington's naturally a what town, and then we got baseball there, and it's like, well, we can't really, you know.
Well, Arlington's where you go for like events. So you go to baseball, Cowboy Stadium,
Six Flags,
and Hurricane Harbor, but it's not a place that you want to spend time in regularly. Certainly wouldn't want to live there.
Why would you not want to live there if all those nice things are next to you?
I guess
Jimmy Dalton.
I think it's because those are the only nice things in improv, and it's also it's where all the black people live.
That I would like to live next to black people.
Yeah, it is fun to get invited to the cookout. Like if your black neighbors like you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was like such a shame to see everybody be so racist nowadays because it's like you have no idea how good it feels to get invited to the cookout.
Yeah, when you finally get welcome to it, it is a good time.
Yeah, you realize like, oh, my hatred has caused me to miss out on one of the most wonderful moments you can experience as a white person.
You kind of got to get jumped into the cookout, you know.
Yeah, if you want to go to a black barbecue, you got to let them kick the shit out of you.
If you're a white guy, you got to get jumped into the barbecue.
You got to let them beat you up, and then you have to commit at least a misdemeanor in front of them. Invited to the cookout, and then once you do that, ribs.
Yeah, but they're worth it though.
Chicken and ribs, burgers, well done steaks.
Miss me, but yeah.
Well, it's a black cookout. So
yeah, but we don't do that here.
No, I take my steak rare, dude. Break his horns off, wipe his ass.
I don't really like to dox myself like this, but you know what the name of my town that I live in is called?
Crackerburg?
Whitesboro.
I was close.
Whitesboro, Texas.
Yeah.
I got a Whitesboro t-shirt on right now.
Yeah, you're in like one of them small Texas towns, kind of like where I grew up, Springtown.
Yeah. No, way smaller. Probably about 2,000 people.
Okay, yeah, Springtown has more people, but it was definitely like way off the beaten path where I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely had more people, but I don't know where they all were. I remember like going to my high school, and there was it was a 4A. For those who don't know, Texas high schools are designated by their, I guess, like football teams, like the population. So a 4A high school 4A has references like the football team, but that means there's like a lot of kids there because the only thing above a 4A is a 5A, and they had to like 5A was like a new thing when I was in high school. They were like there were new high schools popping up that they had to designate 5A because it was like I don't know what it was. Southlake was 5A.
Dude, Sal just texted me.
What did Sal say?
He wanted me to purchase a video game to play with him. I was like, dude, I don't even really fucking play video games.
He didn't even fucking respond to me, and he's asking you to play Halo with him.
It's like a Pokemon game. I don't know. Dude, that's bullshit. Call him.
I'm not calling. No, he's not here, dude. We're in the middle of the show, and we're trying to figure out how many people went to my high school. I guess it was like at least like 1,000.
I graduated with 68 people.
Shit, man. Yeah, no, my graduating class was like 300-400.
Yeah, see,
but I never knew where anybody was.
Say you come from a fucking small town.
Well, because like if you drove through the town, there was nothing. I never knew where anybody was. Like, I would go to school and I'd be like, I don't know where any of these people could possibly live because there's nothing in this town.
Right.
But I don't know. They just like they were all tucked away in every little back road and alley or whatever. And yeah, I mean, it was like, it was a decently sized high school, but I mean, dude, that town, there was a Brookshire's grocery store. There was a Taco Casa.
Excuse me, sir. Brookshire's.
Forgive me. It's been so long. Brookshire's. There's a Brookshire's where they will bring your groceries out to your car for you. And then you have to look in your wallet and show them that there's no cash in there for a tip. And
you don't have to tip those guys.
You don't have to, but I mean, I always would at least, if I didn't have cash, I would at least make the effort to show them that I wanted to.
Yeah.
And it's just like, sorry, pal, I didn't ask you to do this anyway, and I've been uncomfortable the entire time you've been following me to my car. Yep. So, but thank you. Now back to work. Yeah, back to work, sir.
I'm going to go piss off the patio real quick.
All right, Kevin's going to go piss. I guess I should plug the Patreon while he does that. Patreon.com/Cornfed with Dalton Pruitt. Some folks have been asking me, when are you going to fix the audio feed? Soon. I do need to take care of that. I'm a good podcaster, maybe not the best podcast producer. I am swamped these days. It's my busy season with all the things I do. And I'm desperately trying to cling to a job that I hate because not enough people have subscribed to the Patreon yet. So I do need to maintain a certain income. And to do so, I have to work really hard at a job I never even wanted. But isn't that the case for most of this country? That you got to work a job you hate to support yourself and your family. So, who am I?
Can I make a complaint real quick?
Go ahead.
Do you know that, like, when you take a piss in the backyard, you never get called out for not washing your hands?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I'm not married, so nobody ever scolds me about my dick hands. If I get dick and bowl on my hands, I just get to have dirty dick hands.
That's why. All right, that was a super fast pee. Yes, it was a fast pee because I didn't have to wash my hands because I did it in the backyard.
Mm-hmm. Good point. Well, it's probably because I have fast pees, but I have a lot of them throughout the day. Like if you drink a lot of fluids. You have more peas, but each one is pretty quick.
Have you been checking your blood pressure? Because you're probably retaining water.
No, if I was retaining water, I wouldn't have to pee as much.
You just wouldn't pee a lot at one time.
I don't pee a lot at one time. Because I'm drinking. I drink probably, I drink like 8 to 10 cups of water throughout the day. And then
how do you normally say it?
Water. Cups of water.
That's not how you normally say it.
Water. I'm drinking 8 to 10 cups of water throughout the day. Yeah. And then also probably as many sodas. So I'm drinking, between water and soda, 20 cups of fluid. 20.
Dalton, I'm starting to understand how Sal gets distracted by this chat too.
It can be distracting.
Yeah.
I'm
like, dude, just leave it, like, stop watching it. And I'm like, all right, I'm doing it now.
No, I have like Terminator vision when I look at all this now. So I'm like talking to you, but then there's also like grids and targets and all that on the screen, and I'm looking at the chat also.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm like a cyborg now. I'm like plugged into the computer.
I got you.
Because this
ask them, do they like the patio?
Chad, do you like Kevin's patio? Do you like this corner of the patio that you can see?
They're not getting a tour. Not like what was it, Drew that did that? He did a tour of his house.
The most terrifying walkthrough of any home.
Yeah.
Almost as terrifying as Broke DJ's house, dude. That was like, dude, that was such a just like a jump scare when he showed us that living room.
Yeah.
No, man.
But Drew, you're welcome to drink a beer with me anytime if you can make it to Whitesboro, Texas.
He's on his way, dude. So yeah, I'd be peeing a lot.
Yeah, so the high blood pressure, you would not pee at all.
I feel like if you're retaining a lot of water, you wouldn't pee as much.
Or you would pee a little bit at a time.
Maybe. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not going to try and make any argument that I'm actually healthy. There's a lot that I got to fix, but I'm working on it. I've switched, because the main thing for me is sweets. I got to fix that. So what I've started doing.
That's so easy to fix. You just start drinking again.
You know what? I might try that.
No, don't do that, Dalton.
No, what I've started doing is like now when I get a sweet tooth, as much as I want cookies and cheesecakes and confections and all that, I try to just like I'll cut up an apple and have an apple with like a side of a Greek yogurt.
Yeah.
To just like try and train myself to, at least if I'm going to eat like a nice little sweet treat, try and make it something seemingly better than cheesecake.
Can I tell you a conversation I had today with somebody?
Hold on. I do want to say something.
Okay.
I love cheesecake. Go ahead.
Well, because, I'm 6 years clean. I'm not 6 years sober because I still drink beer, but.
You're jelly roll sober.
Yeah, jelly roll sober. But so they asked me, how much longer is it going to be before you're like sober? I actually looked at him and I said, dude, I'm almost there. Because I do not drink like I used to.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that.
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's starting to wear off, dude. Like, probably another year or two. And I'm just going to be like, all right, I'm eating cookies again,
Yeah, I feel like that's an age thing, man. I feel like.
Yeah, it really is. Because, like, I don't have time to smell bad when I coach baseball. So I don't drink before I do baseball games and stuff.
It just starts like. Even if it's not, it hasn't been something that's already ruined your life. Like when you start getting into your 30s, them fucking hangovers start beating your ass, dude.
Yeah,
it starts to get like really painful. Because I don't know many people. I don't understand the kind of person that just like continues to keep drinking more and more throughout their 20s, 30s.
Oh no, 30s. Yeah, I've slowed the fuck down.
Yeah, like somebody like my dad, dude. No, like now that I'm an adult and I've gone through my drinking years, the way hangovers started to feel for me as I got into my mid and late 20s, that was where I looked at my dad where I was like, I don't even know you, dude. I have no clue how you've been doing this for like 40 years.
Yeah. Now. Yeah, it eventually slows down. And also, guys, any questions you want to ask me, you have to super chat. Sorry.
You do, yes, you have to super chat.
Yeah, because y'all are asking me a lot of shit right now. I don't have time for all this.
Yeah, but so you've met the kind of guy who's like in his 50s and 60s who like continues to drink a lot.
Like
dude, I don't get it.
Stanhope did it for a year. Like he's still doing it.
I think I don't understand it, man. Because you start to get like really painful hangovers, and then you start getting those 2 and 3 day hangovers where you just out of commission for like a couple days.
Dalton, for me, it's not the hangovers, it's that I gotta go like be in public for X amount of hours a night, and I'm like, I can't smell like alcohol,
right?
You know?
Yeah, you have a job. So.
Yeah, well, there's the job, but I have to go like coach baseball. I gotta go like do something for the whatever and program. FFA, whatever the fuck it is. It's like I cannot smell like beer.
The future faggots of America.
Yeah.
You gotta go to your future faggots meeting.
Dude, they're so progressive here in Texas.
Yeah. That is, I mean, yeah.
Especially in Whitesboro, dude. We're very progressive future faggots of America.
Yes.
Dude, we're sharing bathrooms. Everything's going on.
Mm-hmm. Sharon Osbourne.
I get Jack, you get Kelly.
I'll take Kelly.
All right.
Yeah, dude. What was I saying? Yeah, drinking's bad. It is fun. Sometimes you know what? It became such a problem for me. Like it's hard for me to want to do it ever again. But
yeah,
sometimes I look back on a lot of the nights you and I had, me, you, Brett, the whole crew, and the nights when it was fun. I miss that, but there were so many more nights that were bad.
Yeah,
I just can't.
The nights where I almost fist fought somebody half my size.
Yeah, the nights where you would have gone to prison for manslaughter if you had actually fought that guy.
Yeah,
or just the nights where I wake up somewhere where I don't know where I am, or I wake up and I can't remember like the last 12
You know what's
hours.
crazy about that is that you'd wake up not knowing where you are, but I knew goddamn well where you are because I had to bring you there.
Right, yeah. I don't miss... Yeah, that was like... Dude, my life was so fucking destructive up until recently. Like, now I'm starting to pull it together, but...
Dude, I got so mad at you one time because you took a bunch of Klonopin.
Yeah, that was bad.
And I said, dude, if you're going to go get that Klonopin, never take more than 1 milligram. And you're like, you told me to take it. I said, don't take more than 1 milligram of it.
I think
I took half the goddamn bottle.
I took like 6 milligrams. And
yeah. I said, I promise you, I told you never take more than 1 milligram.
Yeah, that was a bad night, dude. There's been a lot of bad nights in my life.
You got a consumption problem, bro.
Yeah, I don't do none of that anymore.
Nah, but that night I was mad at you because you were trying to blame me, and I was like, dude, I told you.
Right.
I was to blame too because I set you up with that doctor.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, you told me where to go. Dude, that guy, without any hesitation, was like, here are 60 Klonopins. Yeah. Prescription for 62 milligram Klonopins.
That's so irresponsible.
Yeah. And I was barely even in that doctor's office. Like, I barely even said anything to that guy.
Yeah.
And he was like, I understand. Do you want weight loss pills also? I was just like, no, dude, I think whatever that place was you sent me to.
He looked at you, you're fat. You want some weight loss pills?
Dude, that whatever that office was, because it was called
a pain management doctor.
Well, the actual facade, like the office was actually designated. It was called WoldMed.
Yeah, it's for work injuries.
Work injury, right? Yeah. But when you went in there, all the decorations and posters and shit all over the walls were for like weight loss medications. This is before Ozempic, so it was all for like different kinds of amphetamines to help lose weight.
Yeah.
So I was like, what? I was like, what is any? First off, why am I here for Klonopin if this is a work injury place? But secondly, why does a work injury
the trauma from the injury?
The trauma from the injury, yes. But secondly, like, why is a work injury doctor's office peddling weight loss medication so much?
They were just slinging pills, bro.
I think they were that's how they made their money, is they get you in there for like a bad knee. You know, you slipped and fell at Sonic on the you were rollerblading to deliver a foot-long chili cheese coney, and you fell, you busted your knee.
Yeah,
you got to go to WorldMed. Do what?
You slipped on a coney.
You slipped on a coney, yeah. And your rollerblade went out from under you, and now you busted your knee. Now you got to go to WorldMed, work injury doctor's office. And while you're in there, he's like, ma'am, actually, come to think of it, you're looking kind of chunky. Do you need some Fin-Fin? Do you want some weight loss medication?
Yeah, I took a Fin-Fin or two.
Yeah, and you know what? That's any business, anyone who's ever done sales will tell you that's where you make your money is on the upsell.
Yeah.
So that
while you're here, you're kind of fat, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's like, do you want to be an order taker, or do you want to be a salesman, Dr. Schroeder?
Right.
Dr. Schroeder. It's like, yeah, somebody came in for pain pills. You could definitely just write that prescription, or do you want to make some fucking money and get them on some weight loss medication?
Yeah, tell them they're upset about the injury now, and they have terrible anxiety. So we got Klonopin for that.
We got get them on the Klonopin, get them on the opioids, get them on the amphetamines. See how many products you can get them on.
Yeah,
them for. Insurance will cover it.
They'll cover it, man.
Yeah, and if it don't, tell them they could go to what's that fucking website, dude? That happened to me once. I went somewhere once where I couldn't afford the medicine, and the guy was just like, there was some. He said there's a website you could go to get a coupon for it, and
RX something.
Yeah, it was like coupons RX or something. Yeah, and so right there, that medicine went from like $120 to $4.
Right.
And so it's it's like that's how you get your numbers up, dude. You get people either on their insurance or tell them how they can, get the coupon. As long as it's getting paid for by somebody, you're making money, and that's sales.
Yeah, they're like, so you got insurance? Surely you have an injury somehow. We got Oxycottton, okay?
Yeah,
that's gonna help you.
Yeah, that actually is the story of Oxycottton. Was that, but based on that shitty TV show I watched with Matthew Broderick?
Yeah,
was that when the Sackler family designed Oxycottton, when they come up with it?
Yeah,
Purdue Pharmaceuticals. Right. That they just had this like crack sales team. Like they assembled the best sales force they could find and sent them out to all these doctors' offices, and it was like what allowed Oxycottton to work its way through all these small towns across the country was like the sales team just going to all these doctors' offices and being like, here's some free samples. Your patients are going to love this. You want Oxycottton.
Mm-hmm.
And then, they made like $1 billion on it, and then everybody got addicted, and now no one has any money anymore. Now,
dude, that was a terrible time in America. Like, septic tanks were doing great back then because you can't shit on opiates, but everybody was on them.
Yeah.
So,
because
actually, the septic tank dudes were like, dude, nobody's shitting anymore. We can't get any work.
Yeah. Well, that's because like when they first developed Oxycottton, they were marketing it like it wasn't addictive. They were telling everyone like, this feels just like heroin, but it's not addictive at all. And then come to find out it's in every way worse than heroin.
What drug? Oxycottton?
Oxycottton.
Yeah.
Like it turns out it's more powerful.
Safe. Yeah.
It's more powerful and it's way more addictive, but somehow they were able to, for a while there at least, like they were just telling people like, yeah, it's not addictive and it's awesome.
Yeah, this gets pretty annoying too, because every time I talk, because I used to be an addict, so it's like we always talk about drugs. I'm so sorry we do that, but
yeah. But well, I mean, I don't know. That's a big part of people's lives is I guess like looking for ways to escape the torture or at least just the monotony of life. So, drugs are a big part of life, I suppose, for a lot of people. But I guess I guess like the good thing to do is trying to figure out a way to live life without any mind altering substances.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna like be mad at somebody for drinking a beer, but there's some people that just can't handle it, bro.
Yeah, I can't handle it. So
yeah,
I
not
live.
me either. So
Yeah, I try to live. I don't live clean, but I guess like the only drugs that I take would
or
be like
cookies. Yeah.
cookies, coffee, vapes,
Vape.
nicotine vapes.
Yeah, you're constantly chasing a buzz somehow.
I'm chasing that, dude. That first, when you're like 17, 18, that first drag off a cigarette that makes you sick.
Yeah, you're still trying to get that.
I've been chasing that for years, dude.
Yeah,
that first dip of Grizzly. Come on now.
Yeah, vape or like some kratom or something. Yeah. And like the only real way to get the vapes work, man. They really
vapes I love vaping.
I don't think I've ever been addicted to anything more than a vape.
It's so addicting. Because a cigarette you have to like make time for. You gotta go outside.
Yeah, it's hot outside. I'm not smoking right now.
It's a whole to do. Whereas a vape, you could just be laying in bed.
You can just lay in bed and hit the vape.
Yeah, this is a good point from Raphael that I am also chasing a bug by having gay sex. I'm a bug chaser.
You don't really want AIDS, though.
No, I do not want AIDS.
Hey.
But it's not the death sentence that it used to be.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's not. It's like almost nothing now. They just give you like a pill and they just say,
I'm sure it's almost nothing
every day for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's almost nothing. It's like having a headache.
Honestly, kind of, yeah. They kind of got it figured out. Like, there's no cure necessarily, but they got it down where it's like if you do live recklessly and somehow get AIDS, they do have like a cocktail of pills they can get you on where it's like, well, now it's just gonna be awkward trying to like meet new people because you're gonna have to tell them you have AIDS.
Yeah, you only shave like a couple years off your life. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
The one that gets me is like prior to the invention of Valtrex, it was just like, I think people were pretty chill with herpes for a while. And it wasn't until they came out with a medication for herpes that it started being advertised that it was like a bad thing. But like herpes is so common that I think for a long time it was just like, yeah, I mean,
it's like having a cold sore. Yeah.
Yeah, just like everybody has herpes. And then they came up with a medication for it and it became like this very taboo. There was a stigma surrounding herpes, but it's like
you're not, dude. It's cool to have herpes.
I gotta be honest with you, dude. If a woman is attractive enough and she wants to have sex, but she has herpes, I don't think it will slow me down for a second.
I just put one of those dental dams down.
I just would be like, I'll just have herpes now.
Yeah, it's like having a cold sore.
I just would be like, you know what? Moving forward, I'm a herpes guy after tonight because I'm not gonna turn this down. Just because
it's pretty annoying having a couple sores pop up, but
sure, I'm sure it's very uncomfortable. But they do have medication for it. $1.99 from T Band of Brothers by 38 Special. Happy birthday! Oh, that's a song request. Thank you. We'll remember that. We'll remember that. We'll get to the requests here in a moment. Perhaps maybe
38 Special. Are they like a blues band or what?
R&B.
Okay.
Rhythm and blues.
Okay. All right.
No, 30. What is 30 Special? They're like a southern rock band. I don't know.
I have no fucking idea.
Yeah. Well, who? I've never. Have you ever used a dental dam?
No.
Yeah.
I don't even use a condom.
Ooh.
I used a condom like 3 times, and every time I'm like, okay, come on, we're not doing this, are we?
You're doing the trapeze act without a net, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like a hack bit. Like nobody likes them for sure, but women don't actually like them because they think men don't perform well in them.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just bad at sex. It's like, I mean, condom or no condom, sorry, sister, you're not having a good time.
Yeah, I'd rather not talk about this because this has been talked about and talked about. Can we do some riffs?
Yeah,
I can't do, like, I'm so bad about it.
What do you want to riff, man? Like,
hold on. Well, I really have a hard time doing the what about this, what about that. It's so hard for me to do that.
It feels very contrived to just say, can we do some riffs? But I mean, yeah, man,
Yeah.
like I don't know what's in the news.
Yeah, there you go.
Did you see
That's what I'm talking about, baby?
Did you see that white lady, that mom who called that little black kid the N-word?
Oh yeah, next door over here. It was right down the street. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's just all your neighbors, and none of them are getting a fucking paycheck for it.
Well, they want them to get off their land and property and stuff. You know?
Yeah, go back to your neighborhood.
Yeah, get the fuck off. They weren't supposed to be there anyway.
Yeah. Well, oh, this is interesting. Lola said her black best friend in 5th grade lost her virginity using a Ziploc. So some guy, yeah, you know what?
Ziploc bag.
I don't really want to like think about that too much.
Yeah, we've already hashed this out, man. It's fine.
You
use a lot of things for condoms.
Yeah, I mean, even if they were both in the same grade, I don't really think about that.
Like statutory rape or what?
It doesn't sound like she said they're both in the same grade, but I still don't want to like invoke that image in my mind.
Oh yeah, like young kids doing it.
Yeah, let's not talk on that thread.
Yeah, but I appreciate the super chat and God bless.
She didn't give a super chat, but I just stuck out to me.
I'm not up for.
I don't know, man. I'm not Kevin Brennan, so I don't just like sit around.
Oh, you don't get them that often.
Dude, yeah, people don't give me money as much, but I'm also pretty what's the word, egalitarian, I guess, or benevolent, generous.
Like,
I don't
using those words, bro. I'm
just saying, like, I'll interact with people even if they don't give me super chats.
Yeah, I keep looking at it and I'm trying not to because I'd rather talk to you, but
yeah, but I mean, it's just like, you know, for the audience, it's like if people want to do super chats, that's great. If not, I won't turn anyone away. It's like church, dude. It's like a collection plate.
Yeah, it's like, to me, it's like they're interacting and I want them to stay involved, you know, with the show.
Right.
But really, they're listening to us and they're just talking to their friends.
They're tuned in. There's about 30 people watching live right now. The chat is active. Some are doing super chats.
Yeah, I figured out the longer I stay away, the more they like me when I come back. So
yeah. I can't miss you until you leave.
Yeah.
You know,
also, I feel like I've loosened up a little bit, and I'm probably a lot better. I think I'm a better podcaster now, but I don't know.
Do I do fupa chats? I would love that. If any girls want to send me pictures of their tummies, their little poochie fupas poking out, I'll take a peek at that.
Oh, like a fupa review?
Yeah. Yeah, dude, like a little, you know, whatever that pooch is that girls have. I guess everybody.
Yeah, but like it'd be like your tit talks you used to do.
Yeah, but just for fupas.
So for we're down for that.
Big fat pussies, dude.
I'll hop in on a review too. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I know my way around a fupa.
Oh, see, there we go. Lola gave me $5 to Dalton for not being greedy. Thank you, Lola. Yeah, so some fucking mom called a black kid the N-word. Now I guess she's gonna make like $1 million from a fundraiser afterward.
Oh, she didn't have a pass or what?
You didn't see? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
No.
Yeah, somebody got on video. This lady was in the park with her kids, and this little black kid, he's like 5 years old, went rooting around in her diaper bag, and she's like, "Get out of here!" And then she just hit him with the hard R N-word, and they put it on. They got it uploaded, and then she got doxxed, and then she started a fundraising campaign.
Like a defamation thing or what?
No, just like not GoFundMe, a different site. Go Send Go or GiveMeMoney.com. I don't know. But she like has already raised, like, I think her initial goal was like $25,000. And she just shattered that immediately. And so she's kept upping the number. And so now her goal is set at like $1 million, and she's already raised like $300,000 because there was a video of her calling a black child the N-word.
Well, was she on his the kid on her property?
No, this was at like a park. This was at like a
okay, but
park.
That's her, that white person in America, that's her property.
That's a good point, yeah. I guess in a public area, whoever the white person is, it is in
their property.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, now in matters of public spaces, who is the owner is determined by the race of
whoever has the lightest color skin, because
whoever had the lightest color skin is deemed the owner of the property, and the darker color skin is the trespasser.
Yeah.
So you'll see here that this is a alabaster white woman.
Yeah, so Mexican on black, or like
the argument could be made that this little Negro boy was trespassing upon her land. Therefore, she deserves $1 million.
But but they would be the counter argument. That's not her property, and it's like, are we in America?
I thought this was America. I thought if I was at the park with my kids, I could call black people the N-word.
Yeah,
I thought that's in the Declaration of Independence.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we fought in Germany for.
Independence.
Yeah, the Declaration of Independence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what we fought Germany for in 1776. Look it up. James Madison, Herbie Hancock,
Frederick Douglass, all of them.
Yeah, Frederick Douglass, John Wilkes, Booth.
See, that's what they need Cornfed to solve racial relations here in America.
Mm-hmm. We'll get it figured out easy. Yeah, man.
We're here for it. So.
Yeah. Apparently, I guess like she's making like a lot of money on just being racist, just calling a child the N-word. So I don't know what's going on, dude. Yeah, I didn't know.
Well earned money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go piss off the patio again.
All right.
Plug my ass.
Okay, we're gonna plug Kevin's ass while he goes take a piss. Please subscribe to the Patreon. Again, patreon.com/cornfed with Dalton Pruitt. As little as $5 a month gets you access to all the premium episodes and bonus content. And when I say premium, I mean these are better episodes. And so I'm gonna put a new Patreon episode up this weekend. See, that's patreon.com/cornfed with Dalton Pruitt. And what else? And I'll be performing at Skankfest. Just on the street. I'll be busking. So
we did comedy busking before.
Yeah, so come give me some live super chats at Skankfest while I tell jokes on the street.
Also, as a quick pee because I didn't have to wash my hands because I went peed outside.
Yeah, I might go to Skankfest. I got a friend of the show invited me to come stay with him at his hotel, so I might go, and if I have
you'll be able to get on the show.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I might be able to get in. Like I might, if I have to, I'll buy a ticket, I guess. But I'm sure I can get a guest pass from Crack the Knee. But if Lewis wants me to buy a ticket, I will. All
right, so we need y'all to subscribe to the Patreon so you can buy a ticket to Skank.
Please subscribe to the Patreon so I can buy a ticket to a festival I would have been asked to actually be on if I had not went crazy. I would actually just
How
be a
much? How much does
regular.
it cost to go to Skankfest?
It's so fucking expensive, dude. I probably can't afford a ticket to that.
All right, we need super chats.
Yeah, it is not cost. It's very cost prohibitive.
I would like a day pass. You could get it for $100 at least, right?
Maybe, I don't know. I feel like in all 3 days is what, like $450, $500.
Okay.
It's pretty pricey. I mean, because for like a lot of people, yeah, it's like $600 for 3 days, and then you also have travel plus hotels. So it's like, for a lot of people, that's their one vacation for the year.
Right. Just tell me what a day pass is.
Yeah, I mean, they have like single day passes, I guess, but it is very it's very expensive. The one I went to, I was like, this is the only way I'm getting into this is being booked on it. I can't actually afford this if I had to pay to be here.
All right, so it seems like everybody just buys like tickets for the whole weekend.
I think a lot of the people who are big fans they want the 3 day, they want all 3 days.
All right, $240 for a day pass.
Yeah, it is pretty expensive.
Damn.
It's not like it's not friendly to your bank account.
All right, we could at least get Cornfed on there. We get him free, right?
Yeah, I guess if we can get Lewis to book the show, then yeah, I mean we'll just be able to get in. We'll be able to.
All right, we'll just tell him I could do 10 minutes of stand up still. I can still do it. So.
Nobody even fucking gives a shit about the stand up. They're there for the live podcast. So if we can get Cornfed and the Crowder Boys booked, I mean that's all we got. We just got to show up, sit on a stage at a folding table, and do some riffs for like an hour.
So I would just have to pay for my travel and like hotel.
Yeah.
All right, I'd do it. I would do it if y'all can get Cornfed on there.
In the heart of New Orleans. Stay at the Voodoo Inn and Suites.
Yeah, we'll do it if we can get free entry.
And we will bring our own table. Lewis doesn't even have to give us the table. We'll bring a table.
I'll bring a folding chair.
Yeah, we'll bring some lawn chairs.
I still got the folding chair, bro.
You got the WWF chair?
No, I got it's the folding lawn chair. So it's yeah.
Okay. They'll probably have some WWF chairs laying around.
All right, so just bug Lewis about getting Cornfed on.
Yeah, everybody. Lewis loves that when people like bug him on Twitter about these things. Yeah. So yeah, go ahead and do that.
And ask him why the promo code's not working.
Ask him why. Yeah. Be sure to tweet at him and ask him why the promo code's not working.
Yeah, promo code Cornfed.
Yeah. He loves that, dude. He loves that shit.
Yeah.
I love seeing how much things that happen on Twitter bother him. A man in his 40s who is very successful is
he could just ignore it, but he's just like
just getting so just bugged by things happening on his phone on Twitter. Like shit. Yeah, it's just like, man, just like just look away from it. Go to this doesn't have to bother you.
Right.
But, I guess that's like the world we live in now,
I don't know. I've never performed at Skankfest, so I'd like to have that opportunity. And I can do stand up still. So
yeah, I mean, I'm sure I could think of some jokes.
I could do 10 minutes.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Chitlins. I don't know. You ever had chitlins?
No, I don't eat chitlins, but I've been around when they're cooking and they're.
Dude, it smells like duty. It smells like doo-doo.
Yeah, that would clear a house out, man.
Yeah, they do not smell good, man. You can see why that was what they gave to slaves. It's just like, here you go. Oh, there we go. $20 for Michael. Kevin is welcome to come.
All right.
Yeah, you can stay with Michael in his hotel, and we'll do if we have to, we'll do stand up in there.
All right, but yeah, I can't be drinking at there.
I bet we could rally a crowd to come to a hotel room to watch us do stand up at Michael's hotel.
Yeah,
And then he's just like, hey guys, when is everybody gonna leave? I want to go to bed.
Private show.
Yeah, this is cool. It's all nice, but
I'll open.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, there you go. Harrington's here. Mike Harrington says promo code Mike H will save you $1 a month.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
I already have Gas Digital.
Yeah, according to Harrington, this is for the actual Gas Digital website. So they'll get you access to the archives where you can see my my grand opening when I was first revealed to the world, and I said a slur at Dylan.
Last podcast and Skank.
Yeah. And shit. The now defunct Real Ass Podcast, which became the now defunct Lewis and Zach show, which is now Zach Amico's Morning Zoo.
Hell yeah. I haven't watched that yet, but I will.
It's good, man. Zach is a very good, very talented broadcaster.
I know he is. I always liked him.
He has the spirit of radio, as Rush once said. Not Limbaugh, the Canadian band, rock band, Rush.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Invisible airwaves crackle with life. Bright antenna bristle with the energy. Remember that song?
Yeah, I know the song. I think
it's from Permanent Waves. The album Do what?
Straight through the heart.
No, that's Closer to the Heart.
Closer
that's on a Farewell to King. Spirit of Radio's on Permanent Waves.
Oh no, I don't know their whole fucking catalog, bro.
Come on, man.
I don't know it.
You know what you're talking about.
But I know the popular Rush songs, but like the first real introduction I had was when I saw Primus do it. So
that's a good way to be introduced to him. That was a really good show. Yeah, that was Farewell to Kings. I guess anyway, my point is that Zach is the spirit of radio also.
Yeah.
So
what is Harrington doing on here?
I don't know if that's actually Harrington. Thank you for tuning in, Harrington. But it could just be somebody who named themselves that. But it's I don't know. He's tuning in. He's wanting to see what's up with the.
Okay, you got
whatever happened to old Dalton Pruitt? After his little mishap. Where have I been? What's going on?
Yeah.
With guys?
Hey, tell Mike Harrington I like watching him get beat up by Lewis. Lewis just used to post these old sparring videos, and he just beat the shit out of Harrington.
There's a lot of people who think I'm dead. I think.
Oh yeah,
because every now and then, either I'll get retweeted by Lewis, or I'll interact with something Lewis posts, or the broader Gas Digital sphere, and all these people who have been watching for years, who know of me from my time when I was active back then. And then I just disappeared for them. They'll see me, and it's almost like, almost like no time has passed. They're right back to calling me fat, gay, retarded.
Right. It doesn't take long to do that to you, though.
Yeah, it's real quick that they go, "Oh man, I was wondering where you went. You suck."
Yeah, you fat gay retard.
You fat idiot. You ruined the Loud Boys. I get that. I got that a lot, dude. That show,
honestly, what it would have happened if they just took a break for a little while and then came back, but that didn't happen. So
I don't know. Well, no, people were telling me that before anything even happened. It was just months before any of that even went down. There were people reaching out saying, "You're ruining your podcast."
Oh no, you know what?
What am I doing?
I don't even mind catching this fade here, but what ruined it is Joe being on the podcast and not saying anything, just repeating things that other people said loudly. Yeah, that makes for a good podcast.
I don't want to besmirch Joe anymore. I mean, that's all in the past.
All right, but I will. It's my turn.
Yeah, that's all water under the bridge that he makes you answer 3 riddles to cross.
Yeah.
So, it's...
Oh, yeah? Just him saying... Wait, what happened? That's not. You're not being funny.
I mean, to be fair, there was a lot of people who loved that little shtick. It was driving me crazy. It was bugging me, but I was like, if I hadn't have been so like not in a good mental place at the time, I probably could have just like put up with that and just been like, yeah, I mean, that's the show. Like, it's whatever. We come in 2 hours a week, do a show, make some money.
And then just one guy just says, like, he just doesn't say anything. He just, yeah. Oh no, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. People dug it.
I mean, I never understood it. It frustrated me, but also I was like biased because you're my friend. But like,
right? No, hey, look. I guess we're bad mouthing him now. You're not the only dude. There were so many people, not just you, like people I've known for years, like old friends who would reach out and say, like, I love the show. You're great. Robbie's great. I don't know who this other fucking guy is, but he clearly hates you.
Yeah.
I just would be like, well, I don't know what to do.
Dude, him having beef with you was not the issue. He just never said anything.
I know, but I just had people reaching out saying, like, there's palpable animosity coming off that guy toward you, and it seems like he wants to see you fail. And I was like,
oh yeah, he started getting jealous when you were going on skanks and shit.
I don't know what he was never open and honest about it. Like, I never could have a conversation with him about anything, so I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, how's Super Selly Joe's doing?
I think it's doing great, dude. I think it's one of the hot items on the podcast charts. I don't know.
All right.
Did you know what I did recently? I've been having a good few days because like a couple days ago, I went on the Pizza Hut app. Mm-hmm. Do you have the Pizza Hut app?
Dalton, no.
You got to download the Pizza Hut app.
Okay. I don't have fast food apps.
That's how you get the deals, dude. You gotta get the apps.
I call and order it.
Yeah. I guess you could just call it in. I went on the app and they got a deal right now where the a large 5-topping or specialty pizza, either one, is $15. Stuffed crust is $17. It's $2 more for a stuffed crust. So
it's so good. It's worth it.
It's worth it every time. I gotta get that stuffed crust. So and then they have some new thing called a Cheesy Bites pizza, which I had to try. Not worth it, to be honest with you. It's like a pizza where instead of a crust, it's like little garlic knots filled with cheese. The stuffed crust is better,
right?
But
you got to, and like, to me, it's always worth it because like because I like a thin crust anyway, but it's a little bit thinner crust because they put all the
cheese in there.
Yeah,
it's so good. So it's
so thin.
You're losing money not getting it.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? In terms of like, you can't afford not to get the stuffed crust. So I went on the app and I placed an order for pickup a couple days ago for 1 large of this new Cheesy Bites pizza and 3 large stuffed crust pizzas. I got a barbecue chicken, supreme, and meat lovers.
Yeah.
And that's been my groceries, dude. I'm on day 3 of pizza.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think about it, so far it's averaged out to $20 a day.
Right.
And then if I can do it again tomorrow, that's like what, $17 a day, or what's because after tip it was probably like $80 altogether.
Right.
So what's 80 divided by 4? 20 or no? So wait.
Yeah, it's 20 a piece.
So wait, this is day 3, so I'm on day 3, so that's $27 a day. So if I can make it tomorrow, still munching on these pizzas, that's $20 a day. And then just keep doing that, and if I could stretch that out for a week, we're talking $11 a day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
You're so good at pizza math.
This is pizza math. They don't teach you this in school.
No,
but when you're an adult, you realize like groceries are expensive and cooking is difficult. And so what can I do? And it's like, well, pizza If you get a Supreme, that's everything you need. That's your bread, that's your carbs, that's your cheese, vegetables,
it hits all
protein. It hits all the whole pyramid.
Yep.
So you could just get like a large pizza at Pizza Hut, large Supreme stuffed crust, $17 right there. That one pizza, that's 2 days right there. If it's just you eat, you know, that's 2 days of all your meals.
Yep, I can make that last 2 days. Yeah,
I could easily do a large stuffed crust Supreme 2 days.
Yep.
And so, and then if you stock up on them, it is more of an initial investment. So, like, you know, 4 large.
I love the idea of you saying I'm meal prepping, but you're just buying 4 pizzas at a time.
Dude, yeah, this is a meal prep. You should buy 4 large pizzas at Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
And that's your meal prep, dude. I don't know what. Yeah, all these fucking fitness influencers are talking about like grilling a chicken and cooking rice and steaming broccoli. And it's like, you ain't got to worry. You don't even have to buy Tupperware. It already comes in its own box.
Yeah.
you just go to the app, place an order for 4 large pizzas. You don't even have to pay till you get there. You can select pay at store. And then if you're feeling generous, you can leave a tip. I try to leave a tip because I know how hard these pizza ladies work at the pizza.
I try to leave them the tip of my dick.
I also would like to leave the tip of my penis inside of the toothless woman that works the Pizza Hut near me. But I do try to, you know, because here's the other thing. Nobody, and Kevin, I mean this, nobody out pizzas the Hut.
Ah, yeah.
So that's why I do try to leave a tip, because it's like, well, where else? I can't get this experience anywhere else. Nobody does it like you guys.
Can I also say something how gay people are being about Papa John's when Papa John's used to be king, man.
Papa John's good, man.
They were king shit back in the day, and they're like, actually, Domino's and
Papa John's, just their gimmick of giving you a little pepper and that little tub of garlic butter.
Dude, in the table.
Yeah, that's enough for me to be like, what is this, a Michelin star restaurant? I get a little pepper, a little garlic butter.
Yeah, people being gay about Papa John's just bothered me.
And I think Papa John's actually has stuffed crust now.
Yeah.
So if they do, they might at least, they may not out pizza the Hut, but they certainly, you know, are neck and neck with Pizza Hut at this point. They're pizzaing each other, but maybe not. I wouldn't say they out pizza the Hut for sure.
Right.
But yeah, Papa John's is good, man. I gotta be honest with you, it's so hard to fuck up a pizza.
Yeah, I'm fine with 7-Eleven pizza.
Yeah, it's like anything that's just not like the frozen pizza, because those are bad. And they're not even they're not even like inexpensive. Because a fucking DiGiorno pizza is like $10, $11, $12, and I'm like, I could just go to Pizza Hut at this point.
Right.
You know, this isn't cheap. This isn't even convenient because I still have to preheat the oven and cook this fucking thing. Why don't I just go to Pizza Hut and get me a piping hot, fresh stuffed crust pizza?
There it is.
Are you on the app now? Are you ordering Pizza Hut?
No, my wife brought me some dinner out.
Oh, nice. What are you eating?
Taco Mac.
Oh, okay. Macaroni and cheese with taco meat?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, groceries are expensive, man. We gotta eat cheap now.
Groceries is expensive.
I also just spent like $7,000 pouring this patio, so
yeah, I am. That's where I'm becoming very like an old man. Like I am the guy now that when I go grocery shopping and they tell me the total, I'm like, how? I'm that guy at the register. Like, what did I buy?
Yeah, eggs are $6 here.
Yeah, I'm the guy bickering with the clerk at Albertsons. Like, hold on. How does it cost that much? Go through each item, each line item. I will hold up this line and make sure I'm not being overcharged. And then I'll be damned. I'm just like, well, I guess groceries are more expensive than I thought. So anyway, yeah, I need you to take off this, and this. Go ahead and set those aside, and then rescan everything.
Right.
I love holding up a line. Just everybody getting pissed at me.
All right, Dalton. I gave you an hour.
Are you done?
Yeah, I gotta go. I'm gonna go finish this, and then I gotta make sure the kids go to sleep and get showered up and everything.
Okay.
But
all right, well,
where's Panda or something? Is Drew in here? I'll stay in here until Drew gets in here.
We can just wrap it up, dude. It's an hour. That's standard podcasting time. Well, Drew just gave me $10. This super chat is more than a 7-Eleven pizza. Shout out dogs.
Shout out Drew Huntley.
Yeah, Kevin, you can bounce.
Go clean your room.
Yeah, I'll wrap it up here in this. I'll just solo, I guess.
All right, but yeah, thanks Cornfed, man. Love you guys. Miss y'all. So
thank you, Kevin. Everybody say goodbye to Kevin.
Love you guys.
Love you, Kevin. Goodbye, Kevin. Wow, what a rip-roaring show. Right as more people were coming in, he left. Let's see. Did I have I did have a request I need to get to. Let's see. Band of Brothers by 3D Special. Let's go ahead and wrap up with a song, and then maybe if anybody wants to leave some super chats, do that. Oh, what's up with the title of this? We didn't even get into it. Kevin works at a casino. But I mean, we didn't even talk about any of that. But okay. But that's why this is the title is casino themed. So we have folks, this is we're gonna do a little Cornfed radio to wrap up here. This is Cornfed Radio 148.8 WKNIGG, the chirp. I'm actually gonna ease up off of saying part of the N-word or doing N-word stuff, because it's like, man, you want to like doing racist stuff and being edgy and dancing around the N-word and all that. It's fun when it's ironic and silly and we're all kind of distanced from it. But like when you see the country descending in further and further into actual racism, like this fucking lady that called that black kid the N-word, it's like, well, you ruin that ruins the fun, That takes away from the fun of being ironically racist, because now there's so much sincere racism. You know what I mean? It's like, well, now it's not even fun anymore. Now it's like, I don't even want to do it. You ruin my good time being racist by actually being racist. So let's see here. But yeah, this is a Cornfed Radio. We have a request. It was a $2 super chat. A song called "Band of Brothers" by 38 Spash. What is this? This is not. What is it? What is this? Is this not actually? What is this band? I don't know what this is. I think this is it. So is this not 38 Special? This is a different band called 38 Special. I don't even know what I'm looking at. This is by request from T, $1.99. Show me the $1.99s. Cornfed Radio. Here we go.
You're a wizard, Harry. Hey, yo. I got a pistol when it's staying by me. I got a lot of issues, so my death is anticipated highly. That was me facilitating robberies. I'm like a hardware store. I take a key and start making copies. Kill me, it's gonna take a posse. You thinking wisely, and I refuse to let you dudes patronize me. I charge 100 for an eighth of broccoli. You heard about me, I got enough greenhouses to play Monopoly. Called cases selling yang in lobbies. Few bitches I fuck had ugly faces with amazing bodies. I'm frustrated when a hater buy me. I took my bank statements and made a diary. That's great advisory, huh? I ain't waiting till the label sign me. I had illegal empires that probably generate the same as guys. Ozzy's. I remember playing on them side streets. Then I built a brand with my brothers like the Wayans and the Ozzy's.
Yeah, I know you probably heard I gave them crumbs. Then I made a run and rap, gave it back and donated funds. Provided jobs for my neighbor's sons. Built foundations to save the slums while talking about cocaine and guns. My ex told me we don't date because I'm too self-centered. I spent more time counting than making love. A contractor, I could make a plug. I contacted with a load and a number sweeter than maple syrup. That first $1 million gave me courage. I'm FaceTiming bosses, talking in the camera like I'm Katie Kerr. Can't hear you, my new Mercedes purring. Ain't a day that I ain't earned or a favor a nigga ain't returned. I'm booked in cities, put work in them same town, stepped on it. I came down with footwork like I'm James Brown. And don't mistake the shit that they say for the same style. These street politics for civilians, I break down. I straddle lines of cracking rhymes. But this old school lack of minds look like I just traveled back in time. I shedded weight, my crew half the size. Nigga, I built a band with my brothers like the Jackson 5.
Thoughts are matching us, then your plan's absurd. Could get you whacked before the search. You'll be tortured before the lamb is served. I handle birds like Mike on the roof. I'm likely to shoot. You understand my nerves. You would if you knew the depth of what Amber heard. Judge slamming gavels, the verdict's guilty. Watch rain emerge. Blood-stained apparel, the furs is filthy. I damage furs. I ain't got no plan to splurge. Time to hit the block. Yeah, I'ma slam the curb. You ain't built to withstand the purge. Get you killed for some grams of herb. Dirt cheap. First night home from prison's the worst sleep. Violated the first week. I was raised on these cursed streets and often torn. Shit. If you don't bump into the devil 3 times a day, then you walking with him. How my wicked lawyer beat all them charges. I'm off regardless. Got some bodies that's decomposing in lost garages. These crosshairs is how I cross my targets. Live off the harvest with my band of brothers like we was all the barges. Duffel, the Butch,
Trust.
Damn, dude. So get this. That Twitter. Whoops. I just went to autoplay. Sorry. I didn't really understand a lot of the lyrics in that song, but it sounded like very conscious rap. That Twitter account, the Synesthetic, just posted a picture of the Ethan Hawke's and Uma Thurman's daughter, this gal Maya Hawke, where she's just in like a bra and panties. Dude, she's got much bigger titties than I thought she'd have. Being a lesbian. I don't know I think she's a lesbian. I don't know what her deal is. You seen this lady? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? She's on that show Stranger Things. She's like one of the fucking 30-year-old teenagers on that show. She got some big ass titties, dude. Some fucking droopy hangers. This is nice. But you know, Uma Thurman is also sneakily stacked. That's her mom, right? This is the kid that Uma Thurman had with Ethan Hawke, or maybe I'm way off. I don't know, dude. I don't know why I should know anything about any of these fucking people. You know, the lives of celebrities. Just make a movie I want to watch, and that's it. That's the extent of the relationship we should have with each other. I shouldn't know that Patrick Schwarzenegger is Arnold Schwarzenegger's kid. But I guess I would be able to discern that from from the name. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, just like celebrity news and gossip. So it's just like, I don't know. It feels like such an empty way to live. Like, you know, projecting yourself onto the lives of others, or living in a way where you're like invested in any way in what celebrities are doing or what they're up to. You know, it's like I would rather just engage with like whatever the work is itself, and then I don't really need to know anything about any of these fucking people, except that if they got big titties, I would like to know that. That is cool. And so this gal, Maya Hawke, has some big old heavy hangers, dude. Please do a review of Ernest Rides Again. We're trying to figure out what to do with our movie series over on the Crowder Theater, because I don't mind continuing to watch Ernest movies, but somebody said that they didn't necessarily want to continue to watch Ernest movies, and so now we got to figure out like okay. So what are we going to watch then? We're going to continue to do movies every now and then. I'd be fine. I would love to just keep watching Ernest movies, but I don't know, man. You know, I just try to keep the peace. What was I saying? My meme coins are. I think I figured out meme coins. By the way, I think I finally figured out how to do crypto scams, but where I don't get scammed. Because I got there's two that I'm holding: Fitcoin and Fartcoin 2, which have been holding at like a decent price, and they got big. There's a lot of holders for each one, like over like thousands of people who have bought them, and the communities are very active, So I feel like pretty soon I think I'll have enough money from crypto that I can quit my day job and focus 100% on streaming, podcasting. Or I'll just get scammed again. I don't know. That's what's going to happen, by the way. This inward mom, this what's her name, Shiloh. She's gonna follow the grifting roadmap. She's gonna follow the grifting journey as it's been set forth by every grifter before her. So like now everybody's finding out about it. It's in the news. She's gonna make a shitload of money from this like fundraising campaign. She's going to be invited on like the Hodge twins and Matt Walsh's show and Theo Vaughn's pod. Like she'll do the podcast circuit. Then she'll start her own podcast. And then, within like 9 months to a year, she'll partner up with like the Paul brothers or some like crew of managers. So some like development crew who will, talk her into a crypto, and they'll launch a meme coin that will be an immediate rug pull, and it'll just kind of fizzle out with a crypto scam, and that's sort of the lifespan of a grifter now. Is you become noteworthy, you get noticed by the public at large due to some either seemingly like a faux pas or some inciting incident happens where everybody discovers you, and then you ride that wave to do grifting for the next several months, and then eventually it ends with a crypto scam. So I do have a suspicion. I have a feeling that we're gonna see more and more of inward mom in the coming days, weeks, months, and eventually she'll launch like Ncoin, and it'll be the letter N but like a $sign, and everybody will buy in. They'll get tons and tons of initial investors on Ncoin, and then as soon as it hits like a $2-3 million market cap, I say you're going to watch that chart go straight down. Is going to nuke. You'll see the rug pull happen. That development team will make off with a few $1 million. She won't know anything that's happening. She has no idea what she's doing. And then, hundreds of, if not thousands of people will have just lost all their money and wonder what just happened. And it may finally be the crypto scam that warrants that is enough times this has happened that the some regulatory body steps in and they determine that though the crypto is supposed to be decentralized and unregulated, it's time for some regulation. And so then the SEC finally steps in on crypto to begin to try and regulate it in some way. She's investigated, and then she'll be the first person to be found guilty of a crypto investment scam, and then she'll do jail time for a meme coin. She'll be the first one that it ever happens to, and that's what we learn studying samsara in the Wheel of Ka and Buddhist teachings and Hindu teachings. Even it's Newton, even Isaac Newton teaches us that for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. So if you call a black child the N word, a year and a half later, you will be the first person to go to prison for a meme coin rug pull. How many of my predictions have come true? Actually, quite a bit, my friend. There quite a few of my predictions have come true, and a lot of I was just too early. But a lot of things that I said would happen 4 years ago when I was having to go to the psych ward. A lot of the shit that I said would happen did happen. So don't come at me and ask me like what my batting average is, or how many times I've said something would happen, it didn't happen, because the arc of time bends toward justice, right? So I was right about a lot of things. Actually, one of the ones I called, and this was a stock tip. This was financial advice at the time that I was right about, and I'm still right about, is lithium. And so when I went to the psych ward for the first time, and they pulled me off of the Lexapro I was taking at the time and started putting me on lithium, I said, what is it? I know the song by Nirvana. I know of the like batteries, electric cars. So what is this that they're making me take that's also called lithium? So I started researching it, and it's like the actual mineral or what element, lithium itself, has been used as a psych med for. It's the oldest one of the oldest ones, before there were any like synthesized psych meds. They would just give you lithium forever, and then somebody one day invented Prozac, and now there's a whole new pharmaceutical industry born for brain issues that I don't even know. The psych meds they give you might actually make things worse, but lithium seems to be pretty effective. But anyway, so they were giving me all this lithium, so I started researching it just to see what it was I was taking, and then I started finding like all these different companies, like lithium extraction companies, like where's this stuff sourced, how are they getting it, and then like what's the difference between these pills I'm taking and then the lithium that goes in a battery, right? So so at the time, there's all these different mining operations around the world, and so the issue with lithium mining as it's needed for batteries and cars and stuff is that it's very dirty. It's like difficult to get to it. It's very like inefficient and creates a lot of emissions, and it's just like a dirty process, right? So I would say like a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago, I found this company that is a company called Standard Lithium. The ticker is SLI. And so there was this huge reserve of lithium that was discovered all along like Southwest Arkansas and East Texas. And they call it the Smackover Project, right? And so this company, Standard Lithium, got the bid on this project, and they have developed this new method of extraction by which it's like a brine. Like they pull this brine, like what you make, like when black people say they wash their chicken, they actually mean they're brining it. So like water and lemon and vinegar. It's probably different. It's probably a different recipe what they're doing, but they pull a brine out and then filter the lithium out of that. So it's way cleaner, way more efficient. And it's just like the building out the project, the infrastructure for it is going to take a couple of years, I believe. However, and here's where my prescience it was correct. It was like a week ago, I believe, that the news broke that Trump was fast tracking federal permitting for this project, for this company specifically, Standard Lithium. So that day, this is after the stock market had already closed that day. This is after hours, right? The stock jumped from like $1.38 up like a whole dollar. It went all the way up to like over like $2.40 in after hours. And so at that moment, I was up quite a bit on this one. And then since then, it's settled back on down. But that was like the sell the news moment, you know, in stocks. They say sell the news, so some news will break, and then it jumps. Everybody sells, takes their profits, it goes back down until something else happens, right? But that means that it's, you know, being worked on. The government is into it. They're permitting it. They're fast tracking this whole project, and now there's eyes on this company more and more. So they're building out this project more. So, you know, it's still to be seen if I'm correct that N-word mom will be investigated for a crypto scam in the future. However, I was correct about lithium and finding a newer company that's working on like lithium extraction, because a lot of the big companies like one in Chile, the Química de Mineral or whatever, and then the other big one, Albemarle or whatever they're called, they're already kicking and thriving, so their stocks are like $100-$200 a share. Standard Lithium, I think right now is sitting at around like $1.40. So it's like, you know, it's still a good time to get into it. This is not financial advice, and you know, don't spend more than you're willing to lose on anything you ever want to do. But it's definitely worth researching. It's interesting, you know, that in my weakest moment where I was fighting my toughest battle, you know, dealing with a mental episode, breaking from reality, I did have this like moment of this window of clarity where I said, I need to begin investing in the stock market, and lithium is the one, you know. And so yeah, it looks like this. So do your own research, you know, do your due diligence, as they say, your DD. But look up this company, look up the Smackover project. If anything, it's interesting. You don't have to you don't have to like spend money on anything or invest in anything. It's actually just interesting to read about. Because you know, it's like science. Science is cool. I don't understand science too well. I tried. You know, I was a science major for 4 years, I believe. And then what was supposed to be my senior year of college, I switched majors because it was hard. But I do think like science is cool. It's interesting. And I wish I knew it. I wish I knew how to do anything real that actually benefited anybody. Like, you know, like something that actually where I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Like feeling like doing something where I feel like I'm actually being productive and providing value to the world instead of just sort of like trying to figure out how to extract as much money as I can to, you know, live comfortably the way I want to, but also like being able to actually, I don't know, engage with the world in some meaningful way. You know, I don't know. I guess it's like, is this meaningful? Is any of the stuff that I do actually meaningful to anybody? Maybe, but what is the value? Like, what is the point of anything? You know, okay. I guess maybe I'm starting to spiral thinking about stuff. It's a stop loss around $1.35. I don't even have a stop loss, dude. If it dips, I'll just buy more, dude. No, you know what I mean? Like, I guess like working jobs my whole life where I'm just like, you know, either making sandwiches, which I guess is pretty valuable, or sitting at a computer, and then like doing all this is like, I don't know. It feels very not real. Like it's not. I don't know. It doesn't feel like I'm doing anything like corporeal or tangible. Does that make sense? It feels very like not real. Whereas like if I was if I was like doing science or even, you know, hammering a nail into some wood and actually like doing something where it felt like I was building out the doing something. What am I even trying to say, man? I don't even know what I'm getting. I guess it's just like I look at like a lot of the world around me, the industry, the science, the infrastructure that exists all around me. You know, like when I drive by like a natural gas facility and there's that big tank with the smoke coming out and there's the steps that spiral around it and there's all those trucks out there. And I look at it and I go, man, like a whole crew, like teams of people had to build this. And now there's people that pull in and out of this parking lot every day to work here and maintain this. And this does something. I don't even know what they do, but it's an impressive feat. And it's, you know, but it's also just, it's something that goes kind of unthought about, you know, like you drive by those places all the time, like just, some industrial looking setting that you drive by, you don't even think about. But then if I think about it for more than a second, I go, well, like whatever's going on there is what actually like keeps people's houses warm and keeps the lights on and powers this world we've created for ourselves. And then what do I do? You know, I either talk in front of my computer or I answer phones all day. And my life is very like abstract, you know, it's like not even real. But it, you know, it certainly pays better than actually working at the natural gas place. You know, anything you do where you don't actually do hard like labor with your hands actually pays a lot better than doing labor. So it's like the goal in this life really is to like, I don't know. I guess just get filmed saying the N word and then set up a fundraiser for yourself because that's going to pay better than even any job that you would be able to get with a fancy degree. You know, so everyone was wrong that told me like what you should do with your life in terms of like studying and working hard and doing things. It was like, no, it turns out getting a degree and working hard and getting a good job is for suckers. Really, the path to wealth and success and financial freedom, I guess, is just calling a black child the N word. That's what it seems like. So, you know, who would have thought? You know, I guess it's not really. None of us should feel bad about being wrong about that because nobody could have saw that coming. But anyway, check out the lithium company. Check out Fitcoin. Check out Fartcoin 2, Second Wind. But also, you know, don't gamble. Do your own research. Never gamble more than you're willing to lose. And thank you for tuning in, everybody. Thank you for the super chats that came through. Robbie Sarkozy gifted 5 Cornfed memberships. Thank you for that. Thanks for. I hope everybody enjoyed our time with Kevin. Kevin's been my best friend for over a decade now. He's a dearly beloved, dear friend, and I was happy to get to do a little podcast with him tonight. I don't know where Sal is, but thanks for tuning in, everybody, and subscribe to Patreon. I'm going to upload a Patreon this weekend, and good night.